These are two Google Ads accounts, and both of them are being mismanaged. The one on the left had 4 changes in 90 days. The one on the right had over 200. Most owners would look at that and assume the busy one is in better hands. It isn't, because the number of changes was never the thing that mattered. By the end of this video, you'll know which one of those two your account looks like, and you won't need to understand a single keyword to figure it out. So let's start with the way you're judging them right now, because that's where the whole problem begins. You're an owner. You hired an agency so you would not have to learn Google Ads, and that was the right call. But it left you with a real problem, which is that the only window you have into their work is the thing they send you. And the monthly report is not evidence. It's a summary written by the person you are trying to evaluate, choosing which numbers to show you. I know exactly how much a report can leave out without technically lying. Meanwhile, results are a terrible short-term signal too. An account can drift for 2 quarters on momentum before the numbers admit it, and by the time they admit it, you've lost 2 quarters. So you need something that isn't the report and it isn't the result. You need the record. And there is one, and they can't edit it. So let me show you the record. Google Ads keeps a change history. Every change, who made it, what it was, and when. Your agency cannot alter it. Most owners have never opened it. Here's the part that took me years to understand, and it's the whole video. Volume is not the signal. Rhythm is. A busy account is not a well-run account. A quiet account is not necessarily a neglected one. What tells you the truth is the shape of the activity, and it comes in 3 shapes. Flatline. Almost nothing happens. A handful of changes in 90 days, most of them made by Google rather than a person. Nobody's thinking about your account. You're paying a retainer for a subscription to somebody's dashboard. Panic. Changes constantly. Bids moved, then moved back. Budget raised on Monday and cut on Thursday. It looks like effort. It is actually somebody with no plan reacting to whatever the account did yesterday. And it's worse than the flatline, because every change that gets reversed before it can prove anything is a change you paid for that taught nobody anything. Plan. Fewer changes than the panic account, but they are deliberate. One thing moves, then it's left alone long enough to see what happened. Then the next thing moves, informed by the last one. It looks almost boring. That's what good looks like. Flatline, panic, or plan? That's the question. So what does a plan actually look like? Close up, so you can recognize one when you're staring at it. 2 things, and you don't need any technical knowledge for either. The first is that a real operator changes one thing at a time. If somebody raises your budget and changes your bidding on the same campaign on the same day, and the account does better next week, nobody on earth can tell you which one of those 2 caused it, including them. They've spent your money and learned nothing. The second is that changes get left alone long enough to mean something. Depending on your volume, that's usually somewhere between 1 and 4 weeks. Anything touched again after 2 days was never a test. It was a twitch. So when you look at that record, you're not evaluating the ads. You're evaluating whether there is a mind at work. Deliberate moves given time to prove themselves, building on each other. Now, there are 3 questions that record is never going to answer for you. The change history tells you whether the work is happening. It won't tell you who is doing it or whether they are any good. So 3 more, and these are all conversations, not spreadsheets. Who brings the ideas? Andrey, who runs one of the better shopping agencies out there, has a standard I've never been able to argue with. The agency should be leading the strategy roughly 80% of the time. So think back over the last 6 months. Where did the new ideas in your account come from? If most of them started with you because you saw something on LinkedIn or heard something on a podcast and forwarded it over, then you are not a client. You are the strategist. And you paying somebody else to be one. Who actually logs in? Not who's on a call, who logs in. If the senior person you signed with is a face on a monthly Zoom, and the actual work is being done by somebody you have never met, you are account number 47 on a juniors list. That's not automatically a scandal. Plenty of good agencies use juniors well, and I want to be fair here. But you should know it, and right now most owners don't. Can they tell you what they are testing and when they'll know? This is the one that separates everybody. Ask them what they're working on and listen for dates. A real answer has dates in it. We moved to this bidding strategy on the 9th, we're giving it 3 weeks, and if it hasn't beaten the old one by the end of the month, we are rolling it back. A costing answer has adjectives in it. We're optimizing, we're monitoring performance, we're watching it closely. Watching is not working, and a confident answer with no dates in it is the single most reliable tell in this entire video. So what do you actually do with all of this? Don't fire anybody on Monday morning. If you go looking and something seems wrong, take what you found to them and ask for the plan. Sometimes an account goes quiet for a genuinely good reason, and a real partner will tell you what it is in about 90 seconds. What you cannot accept is a confident answer with no dates in it. But if you look and you find 90 days of nothing or 90 days of panic, then you already know what you're paying for, and it isn't management. Now, I've just spent 6 minutes telling you to go read a file that you have never opened in an interface you hired somebody else to deal with. I know how that sounds. So let me just do it for you. Go into Google Ads, Campaigns, then change history. Set the date range to the last 90 days and hit download. It's 4 clicks and you don't have to understand any of it. Then email it to me, Andrey@andeymarketing.com. I'll read it and send you back a short write-up, whether your account looks like a flatline, a panic, or a plan, and the 3 or 4 questions I would ask on your next call with them. It's free, and before you wonder whether you should be sending your account data to a stranger on the internet, it's worth knowing what's actually in that file. There's no revenue in it, no customer data, nothing about your products, your margins, or your profit. It's a list of what was changed, when, and by whom. It's a logbook. You're not handing me your business. I'll do this for as long as I can keep up with them. So, go pull the last 90 days, flatline, panic, or plan. Which one is yours?